Hey guys, it's your girl Sarah the One back here with another message. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and follow. Hit the notification bell. If you want your own reading or session with me, email me at spiritualoasis.shay@gmail.com. Today we're gonna get into a little bit of the mind, body, and soul. I'm being guided to sort of just share on some downloads that I've gotten probably the last couple months or so. So be patient with me as they come out. I had some written, but I can't find the things I wrote. So yeah, and I may use the cards to help lead me, but we'll see. So today I wanted to talk to y'all about twin flames and what a twin flame is and is not from my, and this is just like a nervous kind of stemming type of thing I do, but from my downloads and studies. So for one, I don't necessarily agree with what society says about twin flames. Like, I think that was on purpose. I wholeheartedly believe that was on purpose to prevent people from knowing if they're a twin flame, or even just following that type of purpose and intent. I personally do not believe most people are twin flames. If you realize, a lot of people will say, those that believe in it, because I've came across 3 or 4 readers who I know believe in twin flames, and at least 3 of them out of the 4 for sure I've heard say they don't believe that most people are either. So I feel like that's like a common thing. And it's not to say people don't meet their divine counterpart, which is a purposeful, intentional relationship. A kingdom marriage is which is what they refer that to, like within like Christianity and and those religious sectors. They say the kingdom marriage is like the divine partnership. I'm assuming it's like the twin flame version. And then of course the twin flame. Other than that, I do believe people have like genuine, real, soul-led connections where they stay married forever and ever and ever. They go through the ups and downs. They live a beautiful, harmonious life. They still have their perfect partner. So when I use the certain frames, for me personally, when I say a divine counterpart or a kingdom spouse or a kingdom marriage or a twin flame, those are like at least 2 different levels. Like, I would say the divine counterpart and the kingdom marriage is the same. I just know some people, when I've seen people comment on like my shorts and stuff like that, they reference like Jesus and stuff like that. And y'all know I don't really care for Jesus, but I'm not like one of those people who against it. So I know in that sect of religion or spiritual sect of religion, kingdom marriage, kingdom spouse is like a proper term. And then you have divine counterparts. And of course, you have the divine feminine, divine masculine. You have the karmic masculine and the karmic feminine, and then the twin flames. To me, there is a hierarchy, a spiritual rank. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't really give a fuck. To me, it is a spiritual rank. I feel like the twin flame, which is why a lot of us say they're not, a lot of them, is like the highest type of relationship you can have. Not that it's better or they get more or anything like that. And I explained this in another one of my videos a long time ago, but it's just more so I feel they go through a heavier, I feel like they go through like a heavier process, like an alchemical process, a unification process, a healing journey. I feel like they go through more spiritual warfare and attack, and I feel as though it is because of like the purpose that they have. This don't mean they get more money. This don't get, stuff like that. I'm gonna say this don't mean they get more material, because most people, let's be honest, not trying to call nobody out, a lot of y'all gonna be like, well, y'all will be offended and shit. Like, it's nothing to fucking be offended about. But some of them will have, right? Will have more. It's just more so about the soul purpose and how heavy that is. And that's the emphasis I want to make with today's video. Like, I'm not gonna say you don't want to be a twin flame, but like, let's do this. Everyone is a mirror to you for the most part. Like, where you work at, where you live at, of your internal state, what you believe you can have, what you don't believe you can have. And this can be friends, family, co-workers, partners, right? And then there are some people, when you go a little higher than just the internal state, you may meet, let's just talk in relationship as far as love, you may meet somebody who you feel is a good boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife, and they're just like you, and we have these unique beliefs and identities and values and how we want to create and what we're here for. Okay, that's an equally yoked relationship. The next level would be, for me, when it comes to twin flame, is the ramifications of how your relationship is created, how you all are united, and what is the purpose and intent of their relationship. And then, like, honestly, I want to say how fast y'all actually get together, because I feel like although sometimes you can be separated from your twin, and I still believe you do have separation times with your twin. I feel like once y'all unite, it don't take time at all. Like, it's one of them, and I'm talking about like marriage. Like, I believe like you get married within like months type shit. Like, you get engaged, you get proposed to within months type shit. But not only that, you're probably both mirroring and have always mirrored each other, and you never was aware of each other. Or for some people, it is always somebody they always knew, like a childhood friend, high school, college friend, or something like that. Or like a neighborhood friend, or like somebody move away, then somebody move there. It's like the universe finds a way to like always have them speak or just keep in communication or follow each other on social media. That is true. Stuff like that. So that's why, pause, that's why a lot of times I feel like a lot of readers, no shade, will always say this your twin, because if you hear what I'm saying, this is like typical stuff. If you're into tarot or just love and relationship, you'd be like, oh, I ran into so-and-so. Oh, they hit me up. Or, oh, they like to do this. Or, oh, we do that. Like, those are typical things. When it comes to the spirit, though, the soul is what I was trying to get to. That's different. It will be like, y'all, okay, I was pulling these cards earlier for somebody when I left them out. It would be like this. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it would be a version of you that you have never came across. Your twin is you. Okay? First and foremost, your twin is you. So, you yourself are your first twin. Along with, I always say, the relationship you have with God, lover's card, and then, you know, your twin. It would be like this. It would feel like, what this is, the blue flame. It would feel like a blue flame. Ain't that a Mariah Scientist song? Yeah, significant. That song may be significant, but like, it will feel just like she's saying. And I'm not trying to make nobody crazy or say, well, I feel like that all the time. That's fine. But I don't think most people are twins, and I don't care. And I don't care, 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 and I don't care. But it will feel just like this, okay? I feel like, for one, if you are a twin, you know what I'm saying. If you're not a twin, you don't understand what I'm saying. But I still think everybody should watch this video, because I do think that the wrong information is put out there on purpose to confuse people. And purple, yeah, your crown, to block your crown, or confuse your crown, or confuse like the higher you, your discernment, and how you view yourself in the world, and how you view love and relationships. Because twins have a very dark, negative connotation, and they have for years. They even had that whack ass twin flame Netflix, was it Netflix or HBO special, and it was like so bad. It wasn't like a cult or something, which, I mean, at the end of the day, people do that though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, we don't got bad cults, bad spiritual leaders, bad world leaders, bad everything. Is you can be bad in everything. Bad musicians, bad politicians, bad celebrities, bad coaches. Like, at this point, everywhere is bad. But with that being said, I don't feel like the twin flame journey is bad. I just feel like it's very it's a lot, okay? I feel like you go through a lot of questioning who you are, your value, your worth. I feel like you go through a lot of I'm gonna just, you know, always having very deep connections, even at a younger age. You know, I'm 18. This is an 18 message, but even like at a younger age, you probably had very deep relationships. I would say starting like 16, very deep, more deep than most people. Someone say, oh, well, maybe that was your wounds, your trauma. Could be, but I feel like I know what I'm saying right now. You could have had a twin you met then, you separated, you get together 10, 15 years later. That's possible. It's just all these variances, right? But the biggest thing is, for me, is the negative connotation. There's nothing negative about a twin or a twin flame. Now, with that being said, I do think spirit, the universe, will give people, the ones who have a twin, I feel like God, she'll give them more than one twin, at least two, because I feel like maybe three, because the crucible that you carry as a twin is very majestic, loving, abundant, happy, enlightening, and purposeful. And it don't even have to be like you and your twin are doing something in the spiritual realm, or you yourself are working in the spiritual realm publicly. It's just, like I said, it feel like this, but you are this. So it's like you carry this with you at all times. This type of energy, this type of DNA, this type of coding, and it just exudes from your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, period. And this card says the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. This is what you naturally do to people when you're in an environment. You know how most of the time we say, oh, you know, your aura, your light, you can read the room, you make everybody happy, or you sometimes can be triggering. It's like that, but times like a billion. And like, I feel like they're more than likely, like, you have a super sight, you're super sensitive, you can hear everything, see everything. And I'm not past, present. You have dreams from other lifetimes, past lifetimes, present lifetimes. You can see people around the world that you ain't never met before. I'm talking about, like, you got gifts, okay? And at the end of the day, your purpose is your purpose. At the end of the day, you could be a twin and, like, yo, I could be a teacher and my husband could be a coach. But I can still be a twin. I don't have to do nothing spiritual because I am it. We all are. We all are gods and goddesses. We all are a reflection of God, of the Creator. But again, it's the energy that you are. It's the gifts that you have. It's what you activate, where you activate, and where you stand in it, and how you illuminate. Now, with that being said, twins do have a purpose that they do together, and they also have their things separate if they want to. It's a lot of free will, because the world is free will, it's choice. But I do believe twins have a purpose. I can't tell y'all purposes because, I mean, this is a general downloaded message. But at the end of the day, like, you will have a purpose. You and your partner for sure. Because, like I just said, I could be a coach, they could be a teacher, vice versa. But we maybe do have, like, not maybe. We will have a really unique, genuine purpose. I don't know what that could be. I just downloaded it and I remember writing it down. What else did I get? Abundance is significant in your twin flame journey. You may go through a lot of strife and financial strife with your twin, without your twin, just because it's something about the unification of self, the graduation of self, being able to embody and go through a lot of experiences, whether you do this by 25, 35, 45, 55, it varies on your age, and being able to speak and be wise from that, like a higher wisdom than most people. Because everybody, let's be honest, everybody don't struggle, and everybody don't struggle with the same things. Everybody don't have the same upbringing. Everybody don't have the same environment. I could be a millionaire and be a twin. I could be someone who's impoverished and be a twin. It doesn't matter. Shit like that don't matter. That's the very, very bare basic bullshit. Like, that's so low. That is low vibration. Like, that has nothing to do with it. It's more so who you are, your wake up, when you wake up, your makeup, and then following your soul to yourself first, the relationship with your source, or if source is you, I don't care what y'all believe in, and then of course uniting and attracting your other partner, your other person. Your person, you and your person activate each other wherever y'all are. Y'all don't even have to know each other, but y'all already connected. Y'all already know each other. Y'all already hear each other, smell each other, taste each other. You have dreams about them, whether you can see their face or not. You may have some real dreams about them, whether you can see them or not, but you can feel them. You can sometimes feel when they hurt, feel when they sad, and think it's you, and it may not be you, but in a way it is you. Sometimes y'all going through the exact same experiences. Sometimes one is ahead, sometimes one is behind, sometimes one gets stuck, sometimes y'all both get stuck. The only reason I said, because I feel like somebody gonna ask me about this, you can have more than one twin, it's like I do think sometimes the crucible can be so much for the ego. And you gotta understand, the twin waking up like you waking up, you don't come in this bitch woke. So depending on if it sees what it is, the soul, the ego and the soul battling, first of all, as you waking up. So depending on what you believe in more, do you believe in the physical more versus what you don't see more? And then do you believe in, following that which you can't see, that which you can't explain? And that's like a Mercury mind type of situation versus like a Uranus mind type of situation. Like your lower mind and your higher mind, consciousness, or like way of thought, way of thinking, way of discerning, way of being, air sign energy. And of course, and that's the journey anyway. That's the fool's journey on earth anyway. You got all these people, places, and things. Depending on your environment you're born in, you got these beliefs. You got this version of you that's not real. You probably got 30, 40, 50 versions of you that's not real. Then you got a sin. You got purposes. Then you got love, life, money, fun. You got a lot of temptation. You got a lot of shit you like the temptation. You got a lot of people. Then it's the whole world. Then you got TV, music. And then we all over fucking stimulated in the way they work us. It's a lot of things. Then depending on what color, what race, what sex you is. I don't believe in it, but I also believe in it, if you know what I mean. So it's just like, you have to go through all of these things while still somehow believing in yourself that you have a divine counterpart. And then again, when you are asked, because I do feel like spirit or God or whatever, she will bring you into a state of, depending on where you're in the journey, she'll show you some of the shit you're supposed to do. She'll tell you. She'll murmur it. She'll whisper it. She'll give you an idea. And depending on how you respond to that, it's not like she's gonna come down and say, you supposed to do this. No, no, no. It'll be like a nudge of discern. It'll be like a nudge, an idea, or a voice like, oh, maybe you should do this. And you yourself will be like, yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe, but maybe I'm scared. Like, hell no, that ain't for me. And maybe you ask yourself a couple times. Like, your higher self is asking on behalf of God. You know, randomly, these random ideas, these random downloads. And God is basically trying to see if you're going to accept your mission or your purpose. And that, to me, depending on how many times you say no and how adamant you are about those things, those ideas, these aren't negative things, but these may be things out your comfort zone, things you never imagined you could do, things you never imagined you could see yourself as, being somewhere, living as something, a version of yourself, again, that you never even knew existed. Because from one, like I said, you got 30, 40 different versions of yourself. So if I show you a version of you 40 versions down the line that you got to go through ego deaths for, you might be like, no, because you don't understand. But your soul know, because it ain't never not knew. It always knew. It was written. It's in the word. It's in the Bible. Bible is finicky, but there's some shit in there. So then, again, these nudges, these ideas, these things are coming to you. And you're just like, no, yeah. But again, if you say you got free will, nobody gonna force you. That's why they say many are called, few are chosen. Or shit, for me, many are chosen, but only a few answer that motherfucking call. That's how I feel, personally. And that's probably why many be called, many be chosen, only a few answer that call, right? Because you're gonna be like, yeah. And again, it's because of the ego, it's because of what you experience. So based on what you are doing in your everyday life, and then you also possibly want more, because some people don't. Some spirits don't, some beings don't, some light workers don't, some won't, exactly. Some earth angels won't, some aliens won't, some of y'all won't, naturally. But I promise, naturally, you know you are more. But again, I know I'm going everywhere with this, but your ego is like, no. However, this is why I say, like, yeah, your twin can be relinquished or go after, you'll get another one, because after God or your higher you or whatever you was asking you, would you go this way? You say no. Can you turn left? You always turn right. You don't explicitly say that, but in ways it do. You just be like, no. You're, in my opinion, those slow nuances, nudges, and you just no, knowing, you're already rejecting your intuition. You're already rejecting God. That don't mean God don't love you, don't provide for you, don't care for you, don't be there. But like, you're already rejecting the God that you are, that's supposed to have more, because you're not even listening. And we all do this. I've done this. I was very stubborn. Fix a lot of fixed signs, fixed water, fixed signs in my chart. But I learned, because I knew. I learned. Okay. But yeah, and those things, and then you know, if you do that so many times, hell, you're gonna get left alone. You still get something, you'll still be something, you'll still strive, you'll still be loved and protected, unless you just go do some evil, demonic, mean shit and you ain't a good person. But I feel like you don't get that higher living, that higher quality of life, that higher lifestyle that you're promised, honestly, if that makes sense. Yeah, and if that higher lifestyle that I said is the 30th version of you after 30 different Pluto deaths, then why would you get your twin when your twin is you and your twin is unified with you and your purpose? Maybe you just get a divine counterpart. Maybe you just get a soulmate, but you still get something, you just don't get that. Because you also have to understand, y'all, you get free will. Yes, a lot of this shit is ordained. Yes, a lot of this shit is fated. Yes, all this shit is written, whether they said it in the Bible, whether they said it in your Akashic records. Yes. But y'all have to understand, we all have free will in this bitch. I used to be one of those people several years ago. Well, if God real, why would it let death and murder and free will? Y'all gotta understand, we thinking from a low level of consciousness, how I was at that time. But that's not how the world works. We are programmed to think at a low level of consciousness, so we can be somewhat not as nurtured, safe, and provided or connected to the real God, because they give us so many false gods. And then they give us false doctrines, false beliefs, false ways of believing in God. When in reality, to be honest, you can take any religion and still free yourself and be sovereign and still, in my opinion, be connected to the real God. You just gotta want to do that. You gotta want to search your soul. You gotta want to be sovereign. You gotta want to do that work, which is a lot, but it's necessary if you want what you want. But I also believe even if you don't want to wake up, even if you don't want to do everything, God still loves you, nurtures you, and protects you, because you are still it. Like, you are still its children, its flock, unless you do some weird shit, and that's cause and effect. So I guess my thing is, like, the twin flame journey is a free will journey. It's real. It's not everybody. You can reject your purpose, which can make you get another twin or not be on the twin flame journey. You still be blessed anyway, but you don't get the highest thing. Your soul will remind you, you always know, you always feel it, but you have free will. I don't think it's nefarious. I don't think it's bad. I just think at the end of the day, we say twin a little too much in the collective, and at the end of the day, it's what it is. More people, I feel like, now are coming out and realizing that they're twins, but I still don't think everybody are twins, if that makes sense. You can use the word however you want. So if, like, if another reader see this, like, I'm not coming for you or nothing like that. It's just, these are my beliefs. And I think it's a hierarchy. I just do, and I don't give a fuck. And again, it's not material based. It's not ego based. It's purposeful, crucible, kind of like Jesus. Like, what fucking cross are you about to carry? Y'all don't know. That's another conversation for another day. Maybe, like, one day I'll get a Patreon and I'll go in some shit I've seen. Ugh. Anyway, I just see a lot. I'm clairvoyant. But anyway, yeah, so, which I've said before, I'm clairvoyant. But yeah, didn't know it for a lot of years, but that makes sense how I used to see and dream and shit like that. But yeah, yeah, and time travel, very weird. But yeah, these things are amazing. These are not bad things. This is not like a warning, like, oh my God, you this, oh my God, you that, oh my God, this person is better. This is just saying we are all on an ascension journey, and I just really want to debunk the negativity with twins. But again, we all mirror each other. We are a reflection of ourselves. So you can date so many men or women that are like you, that come off like a twin. And I think that got in the mix only because, again, I feel like the things that are not empowered, that try to be empowered, used it to purposely mix up the true genuine twins so that they can unite and do God's purpose and will that they have for the life and for the collective. And that's my opinion with 22 minutes on the clock. So if y'all like this video, comment. I got a whole lot more videos where I'm gonna just be sitting talking. Yeah, and I'll just be sharing, because it's a lot of shit over the last 7-8 years I just have not shared. But I'm about to start just sharing with sit downs and stuff like this, and just give me all my downloads and my opinions and my beliefs. These are mine. I don't care if you agree or not. Because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody should share their genuine beliefs, because it triggers, like, I can hear something tomorrow and I'll be like, oh, I didn't think of it like that. And it makes me question my own beliefs, but not necessarily change it, but just expand upon it and want to learn more. Or maybe it just makes me, solidifies me more in what I believe. Also, sometimes you just don't know what people believe. So, yeah, hold on. Before I close, Spirit wants me to close out with a crystal. No, it's not your first time. I like this deck. It's so pretty. Y'all, I just be buying decks. I said, oh, I got a crystal deck. Forgot I had one. Anyway, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and follow. Hit that notification bell. If you want your own reading or session, email me at spiritualoasisashay@gmail.com. Cash App is down in the description below. The email is in the description below. It's spelled exactly how it is. If anything else, they fake, they a fraud. I don't reach out to nobody. I will never reach out to nobody. I feel like if I ever did, it would be me trying to collab, and we dead ass would, like, get on the Zoom or Teams or FaceTime or Instagram call, like something like that. Like, I do have social media, and you would see me. I know goddamn AI, you would know. I know AI weird anyway. It do the eyes are weird. It do certain gestures weird as fuck. So just keep in mind, because AI real. People be acting like people nowadays, but I'm not asking shit at this moment. While I'm on here, I ask. Let me see, what crystal does the collective need to close out this twin flame information? This says Amazonite. Seek harmony and balance. Let peace guide your way. Yeah, we got 22 minutes. And I would say this, even though the twin flame journey can be very hard, and any journey is hard, so this is not like saying, ooh, they the best, they did it. You know, seek balance and harmony. Your person, I would say this, now this is for everybody. If you made it this long, put a 2 up, put a peace up, because it says seek peace, put a peace sign up. This shit gonna be hard no matter what. Because regardless if you a twin or not, the dark don't like people being happy and in love. So I always remember why you know, married. I believe in marriages. So I'm always say married. Even if I'm not married yet, I believe in marriages. So I always believe why you married the person. I always go back to, why did I marry this person? Why did I think this was my wife or my husband? Now, some of y'all be bullshit. Some of y'all married because y'all alone, y'all trauma, you want somebody that got money, you want somebody to cook and clean with you. Y'all got codependent incidents and shit like that. I don't give a fuck. That's most people. I'm not talking to y'all. For the ones who genuinely believe in it, whether y'all both have some, grew up and built it together, or they had some, or you a stay-at-home wife and he worked. It does not matter the dynamic. It's just whatever works for y'all. Remember, when y'all go through conflict, why y'all married each other, why y'all chose each other, why y'all said y'all was gonna take them vows and build a family, whether traditionally or non-traditionally, whether you have kids or not, whether I'm in America, whether in America or not, whether off the grid or not, whether in the world or not. Remember why you got with this person, because that will let you know how to keep going. That will fuel you to keep going, even when you feel like there's no reason to keep going. Okay? Bye.